coming to you from Meadow Mill in Hamden. Be sure to tell us about your weekend plans in the comments field below. Comment, like, share, and follow at #JMoreWeekend. I'm the frozen icicle queen, Amanda, and this is Simone from the North. Happy 2018!
Happy 2018. We're so cold and miserable today.
How was New Year's in Vegas? Tell me.
Well, it wasn't cold. It was 65 degrees.
Oh, 65. I remember 65.
Not happy to be back. It was great. We weren't actually there for New Year's Eve. We came back on New Year's Eve, but every night is New Year's Eve in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So it was great. It was my first time there, so it was very exciting.
What were your highlights? What did you see a show?
We saw Cirque du Soleil, the water ballet. It was fantastic. It was amazing.
That's fun.
And I kept finding myself thinking about fluid movement in Baltimore. And
it
was not anything like fluid movement.
There's nothing like fluid movement, which we love.
We love, but it doesn't quite have the artistry of Cirque du Soleil. Let's just say that.
Finesse.
Exactly. Not, yes. Anything. It doesn't really resemble synchronized swimming or. Anyway, so that was great. Mm-hmm. Another really great thing was we took a helicopter ride to the Grand Canyon.
That's incredible.
That was gorgeous and
I would love
amazing.
To do that.
And and it was actually my first time seeing that too, which was definitely something that was bothering me that I hadn't seen the Grand Canyon.
It was a bucket list activity.
Absolutely. I still want to go back, but just being able to see it and walk around and. Mm-hmm. It was amazing.
Yeah, no, that would be good to do that. I've never done a helicopter ride over the Grand Canyon. Did you eat at any celebrity spots?
Well, we had great food everywhere. We went to a place called Strip Steak where we had my life-changing steak, I would say. Really, really unbelievable
Life-changing steak.
Yes, yes. It was, I don't eat a lot of red meat, but I was told that I had to try this steak and it was well worth it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then we ate at Lago, by Julian Serrano. So I guess that's a celebrity thing. I don't know.
Yes. Okay.
It was fantastic also. All the food we had was
really good.
Fantastic. We had
really
amazing dim sum buffet and the last night we ordered every dessert on the menu. That was insane.
That's fun.
But it was fun.
It's New Year's. You're allowed to do that.
It was very decadent. Yeah.
Jordan says rib cap. I don't know what that means.
Oh.
And Vegas rocks.
Oh, yeah. That was the steak cut that we had. Yeah,
it was a rib cap?
That's what it's called.
Who knew? Yeah. And then Colson wants us to know that it's warm right here in this studio. Come on in, Colson. More bodies, the warmer. Come on, join us.
Join us.
So, yeah, it is nice and toasty in here. We may stay all day. So I'm not as fancy as you. I don't need a rib cap. But
you will need it when you try it.
But when I go to Vegas, I really like to get an In-N-Out burger because they're my favorite. It's my favorite burger joint. I always get one when I'm in California, and I know they have them in Vegas. So that's my Vegas recommendation.
Well, next time I'll definitely try that.
And did you gamble?
No.
Yeah, I also went there and didn't do any gambling at all.
I think we spent $6 in a slot
and
machine.
Then you're like, okay, that was fun. Let's go on to something else.
Yeah,
I agree. I didn't gamble there, and I saw Cirque du Soleil's Love, which is my favorite Cirque du Soleil show. Mm-hmm. So, did anyone out there go see John Oliver? Because we want to hear how that was.
Yeah,
Glenn, you didn't go
great.
to John Oliver. We want to know how that was. So tell us. I know that when he was in town, he ate at Alexander's Tavern and Hirsch's, so that's pretty cool. I spent my long weekend trying to catch up on movies. Although there's not a ton right now that I really am dying to see, but I wanted to catch up. So I saw Molly's Game, which was pretty good. It's about the Olympic skier who ran a high stakes poker game.
Right.
So it was pretty good. It was interesting. It was interesting to get to know about her. I didn't know anything about her story. And her brother's a NFL wide receiver. He's the only record breaking skier to also be in the NFL, I think, which who knew? So there are a bunch of high achievers. But anyway, that was good. But I have to rant. So I'm gonna rant. I went to Towson Cinemark, and there's this new trend now where movie theaters are doing reserved seating in the auditorium. That makes sense to me if you're also getting service, like food, which is what happens at the Rotunda. Even though to me, going to eat dinner in a dark theater doesn't make any sense, but it's a thing now. People are doing it. So they're also doing it now at Towson without the table service. They're just having reserved seating. So when I go to a movie, I have to be able to move around because I don't want to sit next to the texters or the talkers or the face suckers or any of that. I'm just trying to watch a movie.
Right.
So I didn't sit in my proper assigned seat. And I thought, well, I can get away with this. It's like early and there's no one here. So the whole back row, there's only like 4 seats, but that row was empty. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to go up there. So I went up there, and this couple comes in, and they just stared at me. So I was obviously in their seat. So I was like, oh, is this your spot? And they were like, yeah. Okay, fine. So I was getting ready to go back toward the middle and try to find wherever my real spot was, which I, at this point, didn't even really know. And the woman at the end of this row was like, oh, this one's free. You can sit here. So the whole point was I was trying not to sit with people. I wanted to be alone.
Yeah, I love going to the movies alone.
And so I'm now smushed in between this row of these fancy seats, which are basically like cuddle seats where you can lay back and you can put your arm up and you can get like go all in. So that's what this couple proceeded to do. They made out during the entire film of All the Money in the World, which is a kidnapping heist movie. Not really sexy, I don't think. But that's what they did.
Right.
So,
they should have gotten a room or stayed home.
And why did they really need those 2 seats? Well, they probably got them in the back because they thought no one would see. And then I ruined their whole romantic.
What are they, like 14? They didn't have to go to the movies to make out, did they?
I don't know, but my point is, I am over this assigned seating thing, and I'm not going to Towson anymore, which just leaves me right now with Senator Parkway and the Charles, which is fine. I've been committed to them my whole life. I will continue. Well, not the Parkway because it's new, but I will continue.
Did you hear that, Towson Cinemark? Amanda Krotke will no longer be going to your movie theater.
I'm sure there's
your damn movie theater.
Oh, wow. All right. So anyway, I saw All the Money in the World that day. That was also pretty good. It was interesting to hear about the Gettys. And then Last Jedi, which I really enjoyed. It was fun.
Okay.
All right. So let's tell these people how they can maybe find some warmth this weekend.
All right. Yes. You can be indoors at the Meyerhof seeing Mozart's Jupiter Symphony. What could be better than that? With the BSO. And Emily Scala is going to be playing flute and Sarah Fuller on the harp. And shows are at 8 p.m. tonight and tonight and Saturday, and at 3 p.m. on Sunday. It sounds like a very nice thing to
symphony,
do. Yeah,
space, the final frontier, go beyond. Did anyone go last night to BSO's Pulse concert with Tank and the Bangas? Because I heard that was going to be amazing. I didn't go because I didn't want to leave my house because I was freezing and under blankets. But we want to hear all about it. So tell us if you went to that. All right. So what else is happening tonight?
Okay, so tonight you can also go to the 8x10 and see Winter Jam. Chris Jacobs performs with special guests Amy Helm and Ivan Neville, and the doors open at 8. And this will be on Saturday night, too. Sounds really great.
Yeah, that's great. Chris Jacobs is a friend of Jay Moore. We accept him. And then what about this thing? This sounds really intriguing.
Oh, yeah, this is really interesting. The Ambessa Orchestra at Motorhouse Theater. This 7-piece group from New York City plays the music of or inspired by 60s and 70s Ethiopia.
Which, who knows what that genre is. Yeah.
So this group combines these sounds with Western elements such as funk, jazz, and R&B in an all-ages show. That sounds
really intriguing.
Yeah, it's from 8 to 11. Have you been to the Motorhouse?
No, I have not.
I have not
I need
either.
to go find something and go to it. You weren't here last week, so Richard was here with us, and he made New Year's resolutions. And one of his resolutions was he was going to go to one live music show a month. So he's going to come back at the end of this year and tell us about those 12 shows.
Oh, that's great.
And it's a great resolution, too, because it really does get you out to go. He means like the locally owned places. So he'll probably end up at Motorhouse. But yeah, so that's just cool. And then this next one's for me.
Yeah, the Dead Milkmen at the 930 Club. This is an 80s punk band known for Punk Rock Girl and Bitchin' Camaro, and they're performing with Mindless Faith. Look at that smile.
I love them. The doors open at 8. So when I was in high school, whenever we had any kind of event in the quad, like quad spring fair or anything in the quad, my friend Janet Adams would just decide to perform Bitchin' Camaro. And like she knows every word and she would do it so great. So somewhere in my archives, I have one of those little square videos of her performing Bitch and Camaro. Like, I ran over my neighbor, Bitch and Camaro, Bitch and Camaro. Oh, so funny. Anyway, you're watching Jay Moore's Weekend Agenda on Facebook Live. Tell us what you did this weekend in the comments below. Like, share, and follow at hashtag Jay Moore Weekend. Tell us how you like to stay warm. What's happening on Saturday?
There's a weekend walk-in at AVAM. You can make a mosaic cat or dog with the museum's beads and sequins in this all-ages hands-on workshop. That's from 1 to 4. It's nice.
I wouldn't mind making a beaded animal.
You would make an animal?
Sure, why not? I don't have to live with it. I just get to make a little pretty one. It's fine.
Oh, all right.
But speaking of which, I don't want to digress anymore because we are actually running over at this point. Who knew? A new neighbors moved in, and they not only have a yippy dog, like it's yippy, it looks like a rat. It's like this big and shaky and looks like a rat. But there's apparently a cat too, which I didn't know until I was wakened in the middle of the night, to this weird meow that I thought was in my room because that's how close it is. And I was like, what is that? I was so scared. I was scared. No. And then I realized there's a cat.
So what are you going to do?
I'm not going to do anything. I'm in the move. That's what I'm going to do. But okay. So anyway, tell us what else is happening Saturday.
Okay. This event sounds really good. It's Big and Stoop present Will Hines at the Big Theater, which is, for people who don't know, or I had forgotten, is the old Everyman Theater. So this is the Baltimore Improv Group and the Stoop Storytelling Series are presenting Take a Leap, stories about doing before thinking, closing your eyes and jumping, and just generally trust falling through life. It's a benefit for the Baltimore Improv Group with a special guest, Will Hines of Upright Citizens Brigade Theater. There'll be several storytellers as well as live music by Jonathan Gilmore and The Experience, and it starts at 8. I actually might want to go to this.
I would love to go to that. I may end up there too. The Upright Citizens Brigade is an amazing improv theater. They're akin to Second City, but they're based in New York. And Will Hines, I believe, basically wrote the book on improv or something along those lines. Jordan wants to say more, Jay Moore. What does this guy do? Jordan, why aren't you working? why are you watching?
Get a job.
Get a job. Stop watching us. No, we appreciate that you're watching and we love all your comments. So keep them coming.
Yes,
tell all
we
your
love
friends
you, Jordan.
And share. Some of us do. And share this link right now to everyone on your wall. All right, let's get to Sunday.
Sunday, we've got the Clandestine Comics comic book show at the Radisson in Timonium. There'll be dealers from across the Mid-Atlantic. They'll be selling vintage and newer comics. Dealers will also have non-sports cards, Pokemon, Magic, and more, statues, action figures, comic supplies, original art, and more. And that starts at 10.
Good for collectors. Now, this event.
All right.
We've talked about morning workouts several times on this show.
We're not big fans.
We've been in agreement forever that there's no way we're ever going to go do any of these things. This might be the way to get us there, maybe.
Not me. This is a workout with whiskey at the Sagamore Spirit. Warm up every Sunday in July. Oh, you can do it more than once.
Definitely not July. Because July will be warm enough.
Sorry, I mixed up. I guess that was a Freudian slip. That's what
thinking.
Wish fulfillment.
Wishful drinking.
So warm up every Sunday in January with a tour of the distillery. Why can't I pronounce distillery? Distillery, followed by a yoga class with an instructor from Core Power Yoga. Following the class, each participant will receive a sample of the signature product plus some local snacks and juices. All right,
No, you're not going to this?
Well, they do say that they're giving you the whiskey after the yoga class.
Yeah.
Because the thought of doing a downward dog after drinking whiskey makes me want to throw up.
Okay.
But
if it's going to get people there, this might be the way to do it. I like to see the distillery. I don't even want any whiskey, really, and I don't want yoga.
But why do you have to have yoga at a distillery?
All right, let's move on.
Anyway, it starts at 10. There are limited spaces. I'm sure they'll be full. Register. I'm sure they'll be full without us. They don't need us.
No, that's true.
All right.
So we haven't met since our new issue came out. We did it on Richard's show. Well, maybe we did do it. I don't know. But anyway, our new issue's out. This is our January issue. It's got a cover story on 5 different Baltimore Jews who came here as immigrants. And it's really fascinating. There's a story from Egypt, Russia, Israel, Chile,
South
Africa. It's so very interesting. Pick that up. It's out on stands now. And then there's also a good political roundup about what our local politicians are going to do for the next session. So here it is. Pick it up. And I know that there have been some cancellations because of the cold, so make sure that you double check before you go do anything if you're actually going to be brave enough to leave the house this weekend.
Good point. Yeah.
But you've been watching Jaymor's Weekend Agenda. Join us here every Friday at 12:30 for more weekend plans, and follow us at #JaymorWeekend. Here's to a rockin' and warmer 2018.
Bye.